Hello, my name's Hayden Goodrich, and today I'm going to be presenting and detailing a proposed exemplar and poster that will be used within the literacy block from AT2. Now, before I start, I'll just give a quick rundown of the context of the unit. So the unit is based around Year 4 and students developing a independent persuasive text task. Now, the learning intentions and learning outcomes are here. So learning intention is for students to identify the topic, opinion, audience, and purpose of a persuasive text, and to also understand and analyze the various language features within persuasive texts. And hopefully students are aiming to achieve for their assessment is to demonstrate the ability to use persuasive devices when creating their own persuasive text, and also to effectively model the structure of the persuasive block planner used in class. So that block planner, an example of it is right here. Now, this is the main resource that is used for students to achieve their goal of independent persuasive text. Now, in a real-world class scenario, this text would be based on a gradual release model and will be developed with students part by part, so broken down. So this would happen through group discussion, and they'd make the exemplar together. Now, as the story develops, more of these components, like each of these paragraphs, will be added to the poster on the wall in their different sections. Like they each display the information slowly, and it'd prevent overstimulating the students because it does look a bit busy and a bit scary right now all together. But I reckon when broken down, I think it provides students with a visual reference that highlights and reiterates each component of the persuasive text that they need to include. And also, the teacher can use it to refer back to as formative feedback when providing feedback to students. And it also displays what students are aiming to achieve, and it sets high expectations for them. Now, we'll keep going. So, on this page here, we have what students are and how they're developing their literacy knowledge. So this example here breaks down specifically what students will be developing towards and how they'll successfully display that knowledge. Now, as I talked about before, students are working to independently write a persuasive task. And by implementing the writing block into teaching of persuasive text, it allows students to both know how to structure their writing and reminds them of when to use each literary devices and language features. Now, by implementing language features and devices within the writing block, it also connects to achieving the set content descriptors within the Australian curriculum. Now, in these comments here on the side, I've described exactly what the exemplar is displaying and what content descriptor it aligns with. I also have them down the bottom here to refer to. Now, so this is used so the teacher can gauge student achievement of the learning outcomes based on how well they implement these components of the writing block. And our first one here is covering how students are achieving the descriptor of effective planning and publishing of a persuasive text, the major one. So this descriptor is facilitated through the writing block, like I said before, and it supports cohesive sequencing and grouping ideas. That's how it relates to the content descriptor. And our next comment here is referring to persuasive devices of flashback anecdotes, I like to call them. And it's used so students actually utilize their own experience and imagining to support their own text, like it says in the content descriptor. And here the next one is referring to implementing various other literacy devices. So all the other ones, such as rhetorical questions, I think I have here, yep, rule of three and alliteration, and where they specifically are in relation to the block planner. I have those highlighted in the different colors here where it's shown. Now, another very important one is the use of modal verbs to support the author's opinion or position on what they're trying to achieve from the text. And this supports students to enrich their sentences, make them more cohesive, and while also directly aligning with what the curriculum is set for using verb group phrases in sentences. And so that's just a few for time's sake, because I'm running out of time. So this document will be attached with the presentation and can be used to refer back to see how the curriculum is followed and where exactly it's implemented within the text. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any more questions, please send through an email. I'm happy to answer anything that you may have. Thank you.